Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday, week 2 of the Suicune Research event, and we are back at it with the video recording. So, I've updated the widget. I have made some changes here to the overview, and hopefully the sound is a little bit better too. So, let's just hop into this sleep report. This week, I did not bother to reset for the dish type or anything. I just went along with what I got, and we'll have a look at that a little bit later, but to an extent, I was lucky with the berry selection at least, so I'm not too worried about it. But last week, I didn't get to record. I had a bad cold, I was coughing, and it was just not good. So the one video I did there at the very beginning was spending 10 ZZZ tickets to simply reroll for salads. And right then and there, I decided I'm just never going to reroll for anything again. I'll rather just build a team that is a little bit stronger towards the berry things, and then I'll try to adjust. The only thing is I have a real problem with desserts and with curries. Salads will always slap because that's for the most part my strongest Pokemon, but yeah, there are some of those that I have a bit of a problem with. So top belly slacking, that's going to be nice candy. I do have a pretty strong slacking. Somehow I don't understand how I got it, but let's see. We have the new widget, which is looking pretty nice in my opinion. It's very functional. And we also have some more values for those main skills. So we have Flaffy, Psyduck, Eevee, Wartortle, another Flaffy, Charmeleon, Graveler, and Psyduck. So yeah, it's Monday, which means this is the last sleep of the first week. Essentially day 0 of the week 2. And I'm probably just gonna go all out and be a full-on berry farmer setup strategy this week. Because yeah, I rolled desserts. I don't have a Delibird, I don't have a Stuffle, I don't have a Fuecoco, I don't have... There's one more missing. I just have a lot of Pokemon that I don't have that I really want to have, but yeah. A hungry Charmeleon, not too worried about the Charmeleon. I think I'm gonna pass on it. I don't have too many biscuits either. I have bought all the 100-point Poke Biscuits from the exchange, and I'm also not looking to get any bundles anytime soon. A little bit in a biscuit drought for the moment, but I think it could be cool with a Psyduck, and the premium biscuit and a single Poke Biscuit should do. Unless it crits, which sometimes is nice too. Alright, so we have a single Psyduck. I don't think I want to waste my precious great biscuits that kind of are intended for, you know, the Delibird, if it ever decides to show up again. And yeah, that hunt has been going on for a long time, and every great biscuit I get, more or less, I kind of just have to hold on for the Delibird. Unless I get into an awkward situation where I don't have anything to review, in which case I am tempted. Could also have gone for the Eevee there, now that I realized that I also had an Eevee on the field. Didn't think about that, so guess I'll be sending the Eevee candy to the friend list. And we can have a look at the Golduck and the widget. So, we can have a look at the mains too. This week in research is all about mains, and I think I might have realized I did a big oopsie. So I went to bed yesterday, didn't think much about it. I forgot to put on the last incense for one of my missions, so by just being dumb, I missed out on 50 mains. So here's a reminder, everyone. Remember to do your missions. Usually I click through those at least a couple times during the week. Whoa, I scrolled way fast. Neutral nature, skill trigger S, helping speed S. Now, if this had been a main skill chance up nature, that could have been a very solid consideration on the Golduck here, but yeah, the thing about Golduck is it has a ridiculous skill rate. 12.5% is very, very high, and 56 minutes is fairly slow. so it kind of evens out. But it's also got Charge Strength S, which is a weird skill to have as a skill specialist. And so in my opinion, for my Golduck, now that we have a Mono Apple Pokemon in Fuecoco, then I think I'm just gonna go all in on the skill rate and see if I can find triple triggers. So Skill S, Skill M, and the main skill chance up Nature. That could be pretty solid. So this Psyduck is gonna go in the bin. And let's have a look at my team. So my week will mostly just be berries. Somehow I managed to roll Rost, Yachi, and well, the water type berry was set for the week, but Rost and Lamau. Rost and Yashi Berry are my two strongest berries for the berry specialists. Only second to the Raichu. But once I get the Altaria up there, I think we'll just have to see. Raichu is really, really strong, but the Grape Berry, not the best, so it's kind of a weird Pokemon in that way. But yeah, I'm just thinking to do a little bit of an AFK strategy this week, just trying to do some berries, and I figured this week the main skill chance for water types is multiplied by 1.5, which is the same as last week, but the main skill level is getting an additional 3 levels, so that's mostly why I have the Blastoise on here. It's a pretty good Blastoise. I have Helping Bonus on it, and overall it's among my strongest ingredient Pokemon in general. So I figured might as well just fill up the pot with some filler milk and try to get some Oran berries. And yeah, the ingredient magnet is now level 6 because of the event bonuses temporarily. So its skill rate is also 3% because you get a 50% boost. And 3% on a main skill level 6 with a decent speed is not bad. So it may be the case that over the week I will switch out the Blastoise and put in a berry specialist because I am getting a lot of milk. Like, this Blastoise was on the team for a couple hours today. Well, basically the whole day, but 50 milk is a lot of milk and the day is still young, so we'll just have to see what's going to happen with the Blastoise. And then, yeah, my Sylveon is just doing its skill thing too. I'm really looking forward to when Sylveon gets the... Wait, hang on. Yeah, there we go. I'm looking forward to Sylveon getting that level 7. You can see in the bottom here of the updated widget, it is blacked out or grayed out. These main skill levels are not unlocked for any Pokemon. And then level 7 is unlocked for a lot of sub-skills at this point in time, and the ones that are not just have this dash line. So probably 21 or 22 for that main skill value at level 7, which will be huge. I, for one, have Sylveon as one of my best Pokemon in my whole collection, and at that point it's gonna do a lot of work, because even now with these skills, it's got skill trigger M, main skill chance up, and speed S. I'm falling behind more often than I'd like to. So yeah, essentially if we have a look at the help me pick here and I sort by berry finding, you can see that the Raichu is quite high up there. No Name is surpassing it because favorite berry. And yeah, so I tend to just use that help me pick feature early in the week to sort for the best berry specialist in case I somehow get a bad read on it. Sometimes I do get surprised, and then I just switch out some of the spots. The reason why I have the Feraligatr on my team this week is because of that increased main skill level. This Feraligatr is pretty strong overall. We can have a look at Feraligatr too. 46 minutes is like in the mid-range of the speed, but 5.5% on that skill rate is huge. And I basically get it to level 6 this week, having caught it as a Totodile and leveled it up. So with the berry finding, helping bonus, main skill level 6, it's hard not to put this on the team, even though it's not on paper. Well, yeah, it's also one of the best berry specialists, so why not? And then I guess Cloud 13 would be the natural switch in for Blastoise, even though Raichu is a better berry producer. This has helping bonus, and that is a huge deal for the team overall. So this is essentially what I'm working on. I get a decent chunk of eggs from the Altaria, and a lot of milk, some cacao, and then from the ingredient magnet. So probably not going to cook a whole lot this far into the week. I have just been cooking Neroli's tea because I had a lot of mushrooms left over from last week. And yeah, the breakfast, I just try to use as many ingredients as possible because I was hoping by just sheer luck and the grace of the game that I would get salads without having to spend any tickets. I did not, got desserts. So I had everything saved up for salads. I just couldn't get myself to spend more ZZZ tickets on this event. I was so disappointed last week when I had to spend 10 tickets to just get salad. And apparently there's even been an update to the game as of fairly recently where when you reroll for that dish type, you are more likely to get a different dish type than the one you just had. I don't understand those odds. I felt very disappointed, and I think it's time to move on. So in the past week, let's have a look at some of the Pokemon that I caught on in all the videos, but didn't get to talk much about. I don't know, though, how far back we need to go. I caught a fair bit the past week, so let's just go through all the new Pokemon. It's a fair chunk, but we can speed through them. I don't think any of these are any good anyway. Wait, is it even further back? Swalot. Let's see the date on this. August 18th. No, that's too far back. What about the Delibird, though? 4th of September. Let's see. 3rd, 2nd. Yeah, I guess we can just do this one. Let's have a look at the Gulpin. So, Swalot is an interesting Pokemon. Early on, Swalot was just bottom tier F, don't use it whatsoever. But the updates over time has just made Swalot more and more favorable, not in the most optimal strategies overall, but in off weeks where you don't have an event ongoing, you've kind of reached your target in terms of drowsy power early in the week, and you just want to put a break on the drowsy while trying to get some resources at the same time. And so Swalot can kind of do that for you. If you're interested in some dream shards for the big whales out there who's got the bundles every month, every year of this game, and maybe you sit in like 100 dream clusters and you invest not so widely as me, and you're probably sitting on a good chunk of dream shards. But I run into a constant dream shard magnet. No, not even magnet, but just dream shard drought, and it's not fun. So I kind of have been looking for Gulpin even from the start too, even though I knew it was not among the best Pokemon. I just really wanted a Swalot. Unfortunately, it's not top tier, but I would say it's a solid C tier at this point in time, something like that. And so what I was trying to find here is berry finding would be nice, but I don't really care about the berry finding because it's all about the dream shards with the Swalot. Because when I'm going to be using Swalot, I won't care about the Snorlax production. I just want as many dream shards as possible, and that's it. So I need skill trigger M, I need skill trigger S, and the main skill chance up. Preferably some speed in there too, if I can get greedy. But aside from that, it's, yeah. What's funny here though, it's got berry finding, it's got skill trigger S, and then it's got ingredient up nature with the ingredient finder S too. And it's got some mushrooms in there. It's just very awkward. Basically, my whole take on slacking, why I don't find it to be a very strong Pokemon, at least theoretically. Some of you guys will probably eventually prove me wrong on that, but yeah. Okay, next up, Berry Specialist in Celio. I probably caught this one, I don't remember, because it was hungry. That's usually how these second stage evolutions go. They have 12 points, and with one premium biscuit, you can just secure them, and you get some candy. So yeah, this is basically just going to be candy for my Walrein. So I'm going to toss that in the bin. And hey, another seal. Did this one have berry finding? I don't remember. Helping bonus. Yeah, this one's also going in the bin. The bar for Walrein is really, really high. Walrein overall is very slow, but it is a very strong Pokemon because it has one of the highest value berries in the game. And yeah, just a decent Pokemon overall. So with berry finding being the bare minimum, even helping bonus in some very rare circumstances where you have all the speed ups and helping bonus, then you might consider it. But yeah, here's another second stage evolution. I've started to nickname the insta bins just nothing. This was a trick Brovinnie taught me in one of his videos. And essentially the two tricks are you can nickname a Pokemon 0 to reset the name. And you can also just do a space to name it nothing. And so on the review page, you can see, oh yeah, this one sucks. And then you just give it a space, and then you know for later that there's something about this that just entices you to put it in the bin. And ingredient finding down on an ingredient specialist is one of those things. All right, let's take a look at the nice Quaxley. Now, what about this is nice? Even Star. It does not have the correct ingredient list. We can have a look at Quaquavel. Quaquavel. There we go. Quaquavel is speed creeping Dugtrio. Talked about this in a very recent video, so we won't do a deep dive here, but essentially those leak drops at level 60 is massive in conjunction with that high ingredient rate of 23%. This is very high for a rare ingredient, and 43 minutes is decently fast. Now, what I haven't done the math on yet is the average values. I didn't manage to bake that into this whole setup. Maybe I can make an updated widget expansion that also shows us the average values for the various ingredient lists. Though I think for the most part, I'll probably just have to keep that for my website, which I'm still working on. It's just taking a lot of time. But yeah, so the whole point here being, it may be the case that on average, the B ingredient list, so beans, leek on the Quaquavel, that may be the strongest ingredient list overall, because 2 leeks is not very strong. The value here is, I believe, 167 or something like that for the leeks. And if you multiply that by 2, you get around 340, something like this. But the beans have a value of 100, if I remember correctly. And so this value here is 500. So if you somehow get this ingredient list here, I think there should be some discussion there if that could potentially be the play. And yeah, so for Ninja Salad, you would want multiple leek farmers. Yeah, we'll just have to revisit this in the future. Now, ingredient finder M, speed S, with ingredient finding up nature, that is ridiculously strong. It is comparable to the whole skill specialist setup where if you have main skill chance up nature, you have skill trigger M, and helping speed M, you just check all the boxes. And if you also have a strong ingredient list, which the future will have to just dissect the Quaquavel strategy, but I think there is a decent possibility that AAC is the play on Quaquavel. So this Quaxley is named nice for now. Probably won't hunt any more Quaxley for the time being, just because I already have a god tier Dugtrio. And usually, even with my Ditto, when I've been running Ditto and Dugtrio, I've always been a little bit short on the leaks. So it's not impossible that I can run Dugtrio and Quaquavel in conjunction, get the double leaks from the Dugtrio, and the level 60 drop here from Quaquavel, and then have my Tyranitar as the all-rounder. So Dugtrio, Quaquaval, and Tyranitar, and those three in combination can pretty much cover for the Ninja Salad, with the exception of Mushrooms, which I do get from my double Gengar setup, and overall, it's going to be quite interesting once more of these Pokemon that we are leveling up hit level 60. And so, yeah, a very nice Totodile indeed. No, Quaquaval. Okay, Totodile. Not berry finding. I already have a very strong Alligator, so this is going in the bin. Won't even bother to bring it up on the widget. Oh, got an Igglybuff. Got 7 more Pokemon here. I think I caught Igglybuff just because I had nothing else to put the biscuits on. Skill level up M. Skill level up S. Energy recovery bonus. Put the speed of help down. No skill triggers. This could potentially be interesting for a free-to-play. Like, had I found this on my free-to-play series, it would have been an instant invest. I understand the speed of down sucks, okay? Don't get me wrong, like, I get it, but 2 free seeds on a fairly strong Pokemon, but somewhat mid-tier now that it's been power crept, that would have been a big help. Oh yeah, I caught my first Suicune too. Here's this feel. Triple oil. Inventory. Ingredient finding up. Big oof. It does have berry finding at level 75, but that does not save this feel. So it's also going in the bin. And we got some more Spheal candy to feed the Walrein, which I'm really trying to get to level 60. Right, here's the first Suicune. The ingredient list is different. That's a random roll. But all the traits here in the nature will be the same for everyone. My free-to-play, I have invested in the first Suicune, and I won't be catching any more Suicune, and just dumping a sub-skill seed into this one and 3 main skill seeds, which kind of is ridiculous, but I think it needs to be done. So more on that in the free-to-play episode. Next up is an Absol, and I didn't even remember catching this one. Holly pointed this out to me the other day when he commented on that video. He said, nice Absol. I was like, oh yeah, I did catch an Absol. I already have an Absol. I think I caught this one because it was hungry, and I wanted the candy because I have a pretty decent Absol for Cacao. I don't think we have... Yeah, we can go for it. Let's just take a look. It's been a week and it's been no commentary video, so we're back at it. Here's Absol. Very low ingredient rate, unfortunately, and it's a strong Cacao Pokemon, so I'm gonna put this in the bin. Even though it has a lot of inventory, it's got some speed later on. It's not really enough to make it worthwhile investing in. Especially now that Fuecoco is a Pokemon. I'm very excited about Fuecoco. It's very cool. I'm gonna just sneak peek at my Absol. Here's my Absol that I've invested in. It's triple Cacao, and it's got a lot of inventory. Now, some have pointed out that, oh well, why do you want that much inventory when you could have looked for some other Absol with more ingredient finding traits? Because that ingredient finding rate is pretty low. Though, I think with the triple ingredient list, which to begin with is a 1 in 9, if you can get at least something good here, you're on the right side. So, speed up nature, huge for Absol. 51 minutes is fairly slow. Double inventory, this is ridiculous. It's got ingredient finding coming at level 50, it's a ways away. And then that long term speed coming in at level 100 is also going to be super nice, because at that point you have speed up nature, speed M, ingredient M, bunch of inventory. Skill trigger M does not really matter, but yeah, this is a very strong Absol. I'm probably going to hold on to that candy just because finding Absol candy is super hard. So I'll just have to wait until I know for sure that I can get some value out of the higher level Absol, but also hopefully make use of the Candy Boost event eventually. Okay, we have a Quagsire. I was at Snowdrop Tundra during the Quagsire event, so I only recently have caught a couple of Wooper and Quagsire, and I have talked at length about Quagsire in other videos. I think it's one of the strongest Pokemon in the game now because of how ridiculous the combo potential is for Suicune and event preparation, where you can stock up on a lot of mushrooms ahead of time, do Ninja Salad, block out one of the ingredients. So for example, on my team, I could do Quagsire, my Gengars, Suicune for a while, and just stack up on like 400, 500 mushrooms, depending on how big the ingredient bag is going to be eventually. And then I don't have to worry about mushrooms for 1 or 2 weeks. And then I have the Quaquaval, the Dugtrio, and the Tyranitar just blasting out ingredients for that Ninja Salad. So that's going to be nice. Overall, not the best Quag. I think I mostly got this because it was hungry. It's decent candy. And I don't really mind catching an evolved Quagsire. So yeah, it does have ingredient finder element helping speed up, but the ordering here is horrible. And I do not want potatoes at level 60. So this one's going in the bin, adding to our candy jar. We have 2 more Pokemon. This Totodile is just named F. I got so frustrated. F for frustrated, folks. It's got bear finding. And ingredient up. And main skill chance down. I have talked a little bit about Feraligatr in the past, and also in this video even, with my team setup. I like the skill rate on Feraligatr. It is an undervalued part of Feraligatr in my opinion, because even Charge Strength S, which is a weaker skill overall, can be quite strong when the skill rate is high. In comparison, Golduck is a lot slower. We can bring up Golduck too. So Feraligatr 46, Golduck 56. And then if we go back to Feraligatr, we can see that the skill rate in Golduck is 12.5. Feraligatr 5.5. So Feraligatr is basically half a Golduck. And that is pretty cool. And yeah, the big issue too with Feraligatr is the very high ingredient rate. So on top of main skill chance being down, which I think is a big detriment on the Feraligatr, even though it's a berry specialist, it's got that ingredient finding up, and that is horrible. So 25 goes to 30, and at that point in time, you basically just want this Feraligatr potentially to be doing sneaky snacking. And I mean, had I found this on the free-to-play account, I would probably be using it. But overall, I think I'll be finding a much stronger Totodile in the future. So this one's going in the bin. Maybe get some candy for that Feraligatr that I'm having on my team right now. So yeah, Psyduck, last Pokemon to review of the day. Neutral nature, skill trigger us, helping speed us. Decent. Actually, we caught this one today. We don't have to review this again. So we pop back into the bag. Not even the bag, but the team setup. We do have a lot of more new candies to feed, particularly the Walrein. I'm getting so close, and I probably won't get there until next week's Good Sleep Day event. Very, very close. 1,000 experience away is not a whole lot. And I even have 7 more candies. Do I have handy as well? No. Wasted those already. All right, 900. Getting very, very close. So by the end of this week, I should be at level 60. So for a future event, this Walrein is going to be even stronger. And then we have the Feraligatr, Warandile, also getting along there. I don't think there's a good sub-skill waiting for me at 50s. Yeah, ingredient finder. That's unfortunate, but yeah. Berry strength is correlated with level, so there we go. I think overall, the week here is going to go just fine. I probably won't set a new record or anything, though I am hoping to get maybe to master 15 or 16 No, that's way high. Let me readjust. I was thinking in terms of green grass. I'm at Lapis this week. I haven't mentioned that. Yeah, if I can get to Master 10 to 12, somewhere around there, that would be great, because then I do have a chance to see a 3-star Suicune on Sunday, which will have a 1.5 times multiplier. And so that is going to be nice. It would also be cool to set a new record here at Lapis. If we take a look at the map, my Lapis team has not been the strongest, and there are still a lot of Pokemon here at Lapis Lakeside that I would like to get. I have been using that easy ticket trick for a long time before they made that automatic adjustment. So even though it says 60% here at Lapis, I've barely been at Lapis, so I'm hoping to find some stuff on what else. So overall, probably a better choice to go Cyan Beach for those additional mains, but yeah, it is what it is. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. We're back to the daily commentary Pokemon Sleep videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching.